I don't know how you're standing up. What a thing for a family to have to go through. What sort of a girl was Megan?
Oh, Megan was bright. She was vivacious. She was happy. She was hugely popular. She was sporty, confident, outgoing, fiercely independent. She was just a normal, happy-go-lucky teenager.
And she was a teenager, and social media, as we now know only too well, is a huge part of their lives.
It is, yeah. Megan was, as my other children are, she was constantly on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, but it is part of her social makeup at the moment.
Well, you're left out if you're not on it, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think there is a lot of pressure on these teenagers now to be on social media. You know, it's just the norm.
And so, what did you place restrictions on timings and when she could and couldn't be on?
I did try to. She was just glued to it all the time. She'd walk about and she'd have her phone, and so she wasn't concentrating. So I would take her phone off her. I'd make her do her homework or do her chores. And in the evenings, I would take her phone off to go to bed. And she would, but then I started giving it back to her then to use as an alarm.
Right.
So I did try and limit it as much as I possibly could, but it wasn't always that simple.
And you describe it as almost like her living a double life, because to you and the rest of the family, as you've just described this girl, very different to this other side of her life that she was going through, because you really didn't see any signs of anything.
Nothing at all, no. I didn't see Megan. She would carry on her ordinary day-to-day life. She'd go to school, she'd come back, she'd be happy. We've got a 5- and a 6-year-old. She'd play with them. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary with her, aside from she'd have her moments where she was moody, but then, you know, what teenagers...
Was she secretive?
She was secretive. If I took her phone off her for any reason, then she would log out of all her apps. You know, she'd delete messages. She wouldn't leave her phone laying around. She would have it with her all the time. But she was always like that. That wasn't out of the ordinary for her. It was...
A lot of kids are like that.
Yeah, that's it, just the way that she was.
Mm. And so, this day, and we don't need to go into details of what happened because it's very raw and it would be incredibly painful for you, but you were with the younger children out of the house, and she'd gone missing for a little short period of time, hadn't she?
She had, yeah. Megan liked to take a bath, and she would take a long bath, so nobody thought anything different of it at the time, until they went to get her to... They were actually going to go in the hot tub, and they wanted to see if she wanted to go in with them, and they
found her.
Yeah.
And what about her brothers and sisters? Did they ever think anything or know anything?
No, not at all. No, they're absolutely... And the same as her friends, they're all distraught. They're angry. We're all angry because nobody did see. She didn't confide in anybody. Nobody noticed anything any different with her. It's as if... I don't know what on earth preempted her to do it. Obviously, you know, with the... You know, we found out after it was the bullying, but no, they didn't see anything. She didn't...
What did you discover afterwards that you didn't know before?
There was... A few of her friends contacted me and had said that she was being relentlessly bullied via social media with... I think sometimes physical bullying would be a bit easier to spot, but this was relentless day, night, in the middle of the night when she took her phone to bed. It was... we discovered she was getting messages all through the night, and it was just cruel, evil words.
What sort of things would they say?
It was... it would be name-calling. It was a specific person. She had a little boyfriend. It was her first relationship, and it was telling him he was cheating on her, sort of getting inside her head with sort of relentless, mean comments.
There was one final message, wasn't there?
There was, yeah, that transpired, that was sent that evening. Yeah, it was. I think that was the final message that did tip the scales.
And the final message was, "Why don't you hang yourself?"
Yeah.
And she texted back, "Okay."
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness me.